starting. So we've got ham, zucchini, tomato, onion. You can use spring onion as well. You don't have to use one of these. You've got a couple of eggs and corn. We're not going to use all of that corn. There it is. You get some nice video music on it. I have marked the roll. Okay. So, first thing we're going to do is all our preparation. We're going to get everything ready first. So that was that word mess in place that we used the last couple of years, and everybody went, what's that mean? Every time I wrote it down. So I've given up and I'm not using it anymore. We're just going to call it preparation. I'm going to get 2 knives because one knife will be for the meat and one will be for the veggies. Okay, so we're going to slice up our ham. Nice little strips. This is pretty good. I quite like this process, so you can see what's going on up there. Okay. And once you've got your strips, you can put it all together. And then we're going to dice it. Boys, you chatting? Don't chat. Right. Don't argue. Right, so that is our meat. Now I'll pop this here. This, and I can chop up now. That's the knife I use for that, so I can't use this. We've got a zucchini. Now we're going to grate this guy. We're going to chop off this end, but we're going to leave this end on. Okay, so see this end? That's something you can grit while you grate. Okay, so we're going to hold our grater on a bit of an angle and can grate the zucchini. Try not to break the fingers. Yep, these will last in the fridge for a few days, so you can take it out, reheat it for breakfast. You can serve it as breakfast with an egg on top, absolutely delicious. Nice runny egg on top. Fritters are really fashionable. If you go to a cafe these days, there's always a fritter on the menu. Here we go. But if you leave that end on, boys, stop talking. Thank you. You've got something to hold on to all the way to the end. So there's our thing. So I'm going to put that into my bowl. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a bit of paper towel and I'm going to give that a really good squeeze. Okay, we want to get all the liquid out of it as much as we can. You can sprinkle it with a bit of salt and leave it for a while, and that will help draw out more of the liquid, but it's not really necessary in a fritter batter because it's quite wet. Okay, so just see how wet the tissue is. Oh, no, it's been on. Not having a clean kitchen does my head in. All right, I always leave this till last because it hurts. Okay, so I'm going to cut my onion up next. I'm a bit of a wuss when it comes to onions. When we cut a tomato, cut it in half, place it down on the thing, and then you can just cut a little V out to get rid of your... No one wants to eat that, okay? Pardon? That bit? Why? It's crunchy and it's hard to eat. You throw it away, okay? So you just get rid of... It's the part where it's attached to the stem. You cut into it like this. So keep your fingers above and then cut down the length of it. You want these pieces to be reasonably small, guys. You don't want big, thick bits. Be careful because it is slippery. Make sure you're using a sharp knife so that it doesn't slip. Blunt knives slip and then they cut your skin. What you want to keep your fingers out of the way, curl, okay, and get your fingernails in the line of the... So through the middle like this, okay, and then down reasonably thin strips of tomato. Pardon? You're cooking next Monday. So if you go onto OneNote, you have the downloadable work plan, or it's now called a production plan, which makes a whole lot more sense, doesn't it? Because we are producing something. Okay, so tomato in. Yes, yes. Okay, I'm going to drain this. Okay, leave the lid on. Mrs. Crook will have this done for you. You're going to take about half of the tin. I'm not going to use the whole tin. Put about half that tin in there. It's really bright and colourful. I'm going to put my ham in. And we're going to cut our onion. Now, for our onion, we're going to cut through the onion right through the middle like we did for tomato, and we're leaving the roots on. Leave the roots on because that gives you something to hold on to when you cut an onion. Okay, so chop off that end. Now it's easier to peel. So you can peel the onion. Just keep all of your rubbish out of the way. Use one of our little containers. Peel our onion. Try and take off a couple of those. There we go. Alright, so I actually lost the roots on that one. But we keep the roots on like that, and then we cut into the onion this way, nice and fine. We don't want big chunky bits of onion in our fritters. We want little bits of onion. Can you see how thin those pieces are? Okay. And then you cut through that way, and you end up with really nice. Yeah. Pardon? Yeah, it's a savoury pancake. Okay, I'm only going to do half an onion because I think that otherwise it overpowers the rest of the flavour in there. So we're just going to put our onion in. Save the rest of that onion for later. We're going to get our eggs. Check and make sure that they're not off. As soon as you crack an egg and it's off, you know. Okay? I'll just check as I do it. Give those a mix into here. And how much milk is it, guys? Can somebody tell me? Milk. 2 cups of milk. Okay. And it's 3 cups of flour, isn't it? Yes. 3 cups. So we need to get a cup measure. Make sure that it is nice and even level. And I'm going to sift my flour. So I'm going to 1, 2, just pushing it against the 3. That's good because it's covering up the onion that's burning my eyes. We went with these slightly less technical sifters because they just last forever and they do the best job. See how it's left out those chunky bits there? We don't want in our eggs. Yeah, we don't want lumps. Okay, we're going to just give that a stir. I'm going to add our milk. Start heating up my pan. This actually makes a heap of fritters, guys. It makes lots and lots. 2 cups of milk. Yeah. Hopefully I'll get them cooked in time for you to have a taste. All right, so you've got to stir until there's no more dry liquid mix in there. You want it to all be wet, and that your veggies and your meats all mixed around. You'd be surprised, it can easily be pockets of flour. See, I'm still finding pockets of flour in there. So just make sure you give it a really good mix. It's not a muffin, so you can't overmix it. Not a big fan of the onion. Okay, we're going to spray our mix. Put a nice spray. You're going to spray probably more than once. After every couple of batches, you're going to do some more spray. I'm just going to clean up my area a little bit. Asking for volunteers in the audience to wash up. Well, I have to cook for the grade 10s next week. Alright. Throw my rubbish away. Just keep your area as clean as possible. I don't have a bin line. Just going to get clean. We just got to wait for that. So I'm going to turn it off to heat up. So while you're waiting for things, you just get things clean, okay? Clean this one. You can be writing your work plan as we're doing this, guys. So you can get your work plan open and actually start typing. Alright, we're getting there. We're going to use our quarter cup to scoop. Okay, so this is going to be our scoop measure. I'm going to pause. Huh? Where are the what? Sorry, downloadable content or under last week's video. So the demo video from last week. Pardon? Yeah. I sent it to everyone in the class. So I have no idea how you got left off because I used Enter. So we don't put the knives into the water and leave them there, guys. Make sure you do not submerge the sharp knives. Alright. Alright, we're starting to see, can you see around the edge? I'm not sure if I can see if I can show you this thing. Whoa. But around the edge of the pancake is starting to get hard. So you know that you can pick it up. Turn it over. So you can see okay. So I'm just going to show everyone. So you want an even brown look on top, okay? And they'll rise. Because there's self-raising flour in here, they'll actually rise a bit like your cake. Because it has bicarbonate of soda in it, or baking powder usually, in the actual mix. Going to do my head in. So you just keep going until you've used up all of your mix. When they're done, you're going to get a plate and a bit of paper towel on your plate. Put a bit of paper towel onto a plate. There's not too much oil to soak up, but it's just a nice way to keep them a bit warmer. Got to clean up this mess. they should be done. Just going to give them another flip. Give them a bit of a squish, and you don't want to see any wet mixture, okay, in your fritters. 1, 2, 3. We're going to give this another squirt. Cooking spray. So you want a reasonably high heat, but can you see how it's starting to smoke? I'm just going to turn it down a tiny bit. So I've had it up high, but now that it's got to a good temperature, I'm going to turn it down a bit. We don't want to burn our fritters. We want to have them cooked properly. Still finding little clumps of dry flour, so you've got to make sure you stir them really well. So just keep going until you have no more mixture. Okay. Just going to press pause. So this is the final product. Okay, you'll end up with about 15 to 20 fritters, okay, which will last in an airtight container for about a week, probably, maybe 4 to 5 days. Okay, hopefully you'll eat them faster than that.